This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. To throw, it's Rivero. Forced out of the pocket. Snagged out of the air. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Second down, he'll throw it. Finds his big tight end. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
This tight end's a weapon because he can give you yak after the catch. You see him break that tackle? That was pretty impressive, showing off his athleticism.
Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. There he goes. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Rivero. Safe completion on the screen. Touchdown, Penn State! A great catch and run for 6.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Side adjustments here. They'll start this drive going to the air. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage. These two Blue Bloods really didn't become rivals until Penn State joined the Big Ten in the early 90s. We really sensed that Ohio State has been a bit of a measuring stick for Penn State.
I think we always talk about Penn State. We talk about winning the big games and how do they play against Ohio State, a big rivalry. Palmer, it seems like they're always there. They're always in the game, but do they find a way to break through and win this rivalry?
Yeah, it's always so close, too. You think back to Woody Hayes, and you think back to Joe Paterno. For years and years and years, when these two teams play, it is so physical. There's so much talent. It could go any way. This is one of the more fun games to watch every season.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Plows through the defense. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. Out of Out of the gun, the inside give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. They're going back to the ground. And he is showing it all and finding ways to pick up yards. He's down to the 28. The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Looking to scramble. Going to try to get it himself. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. The Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. He might want another play. Quick completion on the out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the 1st down and get the sticks moving.
And the Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. The sneak scores it.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Toss to the outside. They throw it in reverse as that's the final play here in the 1st period. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the 1st period as we take a look at the stats. That 1st quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the 2nd. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Rivero. Here comes the heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's. Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. So the snap count is silent. It's predictable. And
gonna let it fly. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Here's the pressure. Oh, he's got some space.
the decisiveness by the quarterback on that play. Nobody open downfield. I'm going to go get this myself. And I'm not just going to go get a first down. I'm taking this thing to the house.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. UTEP is down right now inside the Sun Bowl, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in El Paso. They're trailing by just 4 to Charlotte. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got his man in the middle. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And now on second down for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Rivero. Going for the big play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires on the move. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to throw again. Quarterback moving. A shot toward the end zone. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he makes the catch. Fights off the defender. And it's a fumble on the play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick. More runs are coming. You really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've been firing on all cylinders. Touchdowns on. Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Buckeyes are in the hurry up. They're going to ride this running back. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Good timing on the quick out. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
That's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Makes the grab on the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense in an empty set. Dropping back, it's Rivero. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Intercepted.
And for that quarterback, that was a good feeling that turned bad really quickly. He saw cover one. He got excited, taking a shot deep down the field. After he threw it, though, he could see the defender had better positioning than his receiver did, and that ends up being an interception.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job.
Breaks into the open. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
And the Buckeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun. Give on the inside. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
And I like that a lot by this defense, like understanding this guy's a threat. He's already shown you he will take off and run the football, treating him like a running back, playing pass, but understanding that can happen, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground.
Wide receiver going in motion. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Dead center perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Looking for a man. It's Rivero. Moves around to clear up the vision. All kinds of time before he fires right. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Fung. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got a man. It's Fung. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. So it's 1st down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll go to the ground. At the 35, he's open. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Nittany Lions will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They open this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the 2nd half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. It's complete on the right side. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Might be changing the route. Sends it back in motion. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. to throw. It's Rivero. Quick strike complete. Runs through a tackle. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. The Nittany Lions come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught behind the line. It's Wicks. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right.
There he goes. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
That last completion sets him up on second down. Wants to go up top. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Keeps it himself and gets to first. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the RC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
On the option. He'll pitch it. He's pulled down after a tough run. Gets it to the 6.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whenever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk game. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
Well, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Pocket breaking down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And this one is perfect. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to...
Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Made a defender miss. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Really nice run there. You've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the third quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he's looking really good.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UTEP is in front. They've owned the line of scrimmage today. They still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 9 over Charlotte. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking downfield, it's Rivero. Catch in the middle, it's Fung. Turning it on! Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Nittany Lions want to move quickly.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up the first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical because
Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. To the ground with the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
But we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. On the run, still looking. Trying to escape and get it himself. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And both these quarterbacks, man, they're showing off their ability to take off and scramble and make plays. Right here, it's a design pass. He's looking to make a play. What does he do? He sees some space, captures it, makes the big play with his feet, gets another first down. This guy can do that a lot.
All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28, first down. Looking downfield, it's Rivero. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Dances away to buy time. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
How about this? These guys are going for 2. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. They'll go to the air. Skips away from pressure. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Knocked down at the 3, and he was trying to take that interception to the house. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Oh, better look out. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Penn.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There will be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. Throwing on the run. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him.
Going for the big play. He's got it inside the 15. Slippery slide, find his way, and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State!
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
Crosses the goal line for the 2-point conversion, and it's an 11-point game. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. And that one, I don't think, went the required 10 yards. It did not. Penalty marker is out. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. And you want that clock to run across the 35. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. From the gun, the running back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Working on the right. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 20. Give to the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Arkansas took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. And for a program that's won double-digit conference titles between the SEC and the old Southwest Conference, this is big time. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He'll pull it down and run. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Rivero. Rushes on him. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. And intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
With Ohio State once again taking down Penn State in this one, the Nittany Lion fans left to wonder what might have been. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.